Narcissist silent tactics. These are usually more underhand and subtle, so you can't necessarily recognise what's happening to you and are more likely to be covert narcissist behaviours. And one of the first of their silent tactics is the dry begging. They go all out to manipulate others into fulfilling their needs and their desires without directly asking for it. So if they're hard up on something at any given moment in time, instead of explaining the situation and asking for a bit of cash, they kind of go, oh, I'd love to be able to afford this, but I can't really afford it right now. You've got a lot of money, haven't you? So then you then feel guilty and offer it to them. And then when they turn around and claim that you don't do anything for them, and you say, hey, hang on a minute, what about that time I lent you? And they turn around and claim, I never asked you to. You always throw everything back in my face. And they play the victim. They also use dog whistling, such as the dog whistle that an owner uses on a frequency that the dog can understand. With a narcissist covert dog whistling, they use it to send subtle signals or communicate ideas and beliefs and opinions to a specific audience without other people noticing. So with their dog whistling, they will subtly criticize and put you down, but in a manner where it seems like they're joking and other people sort of laugh along with them, and you feel even more insecure than you already do around them. And if you speak up, you tend to look like the problem. They use silent treatments. And with their silent treatments, they will go all out to ignore you. They will go all out to refuse to communicate with you, to punish you and to manipulate you and to coercively control you into living life on their terms. Narcissistic individuals will also use a thing called weaponized incompetence, where they will pretend to be incapable of doing something in order to avoid taking responsibility for how they've done the job badly. And this isn't a case of it's someone's first attempt and they didn't quite do it right, or they didn't do it to your standard or your liking. This is a case of they will do it and they will do it badly on purpose to avoid taking responsibility. They'll turn around and say, well, you just do it far better than I do. Or they're looking to manipulate others into doing the job for them. So you feel like you're being helpful and they keep getting to put their feet up. They will use stonewalling, so they will refuse to engage in a conversation. You can ask them a simple question and they will literally just switch right off. They will refuse to discuss. And the more irate you get, the more frustrated you get, the more they can play the victim and turn around and claim, see, this is why I never want to discuss anything with you, and go and ghost you, disappear on you, suddenly cut off all forms of communication and contact with you, like you never existed, like they never existed, without any explanation, leaving you feeling confused and drained. Only with their ghosting, if they've kind of provoked that argument beforehand and then stonewalled you and blamed you and then ghosted you, they can come back and sort of test the waters to see whether you've learned your lesson. They're expecting you to grovel and apologising for daring to ask them a simple question. Narcissistic individuals use lots of silent tactics in order to manipulate. Any you notice, please do add those into the comments for people reading through.